Hello everyone, welcome to LRDIPrep. My name is Sameer Sardana and we are discussing knockout tournament concepts. So the concept of total number of matches and rounds has been discussed with all of you. Concept of seed number of player has also been discussed with you. And in this video, I want to do one small exercise to revise all the concepts and to learn the remaining related concepts of knockout tournament. So here is this series that here are the questions that we will be discussing. So we have done the rule number 3 and rule number 4, right? The remaining concepts will be discussed along with the discussion of the question. Here we have a small series, right, of questions that we will be attempting to understand all the concepts that we have covered. Knockout tournaments. In a tennis knockout tournament, total number of players are 64. Okay, so this is given to us, right? The total number of players are 64. Okay, and all players have been given a seed number starting from 1 to 64. Now nothing about the upset matches has been mentioned. So whenever it's not mentioned, you assume that there is no upset match, right? You're supposed to answer considering there is no upset match going on in this one particular question. The space was less, so I didn't write much of the information. I just want to discuss the concepts that we have already covered. So question number 1 is, how many matches will happen in the whole tournament? We have just discussed the number of matches in the tournament will always be equal to number of players minus 1. So what are the number of players here? 64. So 64 minus 1 will be equal to 63. Right? So this is straight away the answer of the question. And if you want to understand how this value of 63 is coming, even though we have done it with a case of 8 players, right? But let's also understand in this case, you see that in round 1, if 64 players are participating and the seed number 1 is playing with a seed number 64, then the number of matches that will be happening will be 32, right? Because the number of players are 64. So if the number of players are 64, the number of matches happening in that particular round will be half of 64, right? So 32 matches happening, that means I'll have 32 winners, and those 32 winners will be participating in round 2. Now what will be the number of matches that will be happening in round 2? 32 divided by 2, that is 16, right? 32 divided by 2. The number of players divided by 2 will give you the number of matches happening in that particular round. Now 16 matches, that means 16 winners will be going into round 3. So round 3 we have 16 players. What will be the number of matches that will be happening in round 3? 16 by 2, that is 8. Okay. Then in round 4, 8 matches, that means 8 winners. So 8 winners will go to round 4, and you see that 8 by 2, the number of matches will be 4. In round 5, how many? 4 matches, 4 winners. 4 winners will be going to round number 5, and the number of matches will be 4 by 2, that is 2. And in round 6, finally, you will have 2 players playing. The number of matches will be 1. So this is the final match, right? So you see this. Now let's count it. 32 plus 16 is 48. 48 plus 8 is 56. 56 plus 4 is 60. 62 and plus 1, 63. So the total number of matches are 63, which you can straight away find by subtracting 1 from the total number of players. This is the number of matches in the whole tournament. These are the matches in the individual rounds, right? So the first rule, the question is based on first rule, right? This rule we did not discuss. So I told you the remaining rules will be discussed along with the discussion of the question, that if number of players participating in a particular round is n, then the number of matches happening will be n by 2. A very easy concept to understand. Second question of this is, how many rounds will it take to complete the tournament? Our concept was the number of players need to be represented in the form of 2 power k, and k is the number of rounds that will take place. So 64 can be written as 2 power 6. Now you see that the value of k is 6, so the number of rounds will be 6, and the 6th match will be the final match. Why it is coming so? Again, you can see it from this example itself. You see that round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5 and round 6. 6 rounds are happening, which can straight away be found using this rule. So if instead of 64, if I'm saying that the number of players are 128, you see that it will be represented as 2 power 7, right? So the number of matches this power, number of round is this power, that is 7. Okay, what if the value cannot be represented in the form of 2 power k? Then there will be some set of rules or some set of instructions that will definitely be given in the directions paragraph to find out if the players are odd, right, then the one player that will be left will be playing against which team, right? So there will be some other instructions that will be given, but generally you will find that in a knockout tournament the number of players are always represented as a nth power of 2, right? The number of players, the value of the number of players will always be, you will always be able to represent in the power of 2 power k. If not, then there will be some set of directions that you need to follow as per the set, right? Then that set will be completely different. Then all of these rules might not work there, so you'll have to use accordingly. But I have never seen a kind of set which has been asked in previous year CAT paper where the number of players are not represented as nth power of 2, right? So here the answer will be 6. Okay. Third question, what will be the number of players playing in the third round? So see, we have just find out how to find out the number of players in any particular round. We know that in round 1, 64 players will be playing, right? So in round 2, right, 32 winners will be going to round 2, right? 32 players will be playing in round 2. And in third round, right, how many players will be playing? 32 by 2, that is 16. So 16 will be the answer, right? What will be the number of players playing in the third round? The answer will be 16. If it would have been 128, let's say the total number of players are 128, then 128 players are playing here, then 64 will be playing here, and 32 will be playing here, right? So this is how you can find out the number of players in any round. Okay. Question number 4. What will be the seed number of the players playing against 13th seeded player in the third round in case of no upset? No upset means a lower seeded player. A lower seeded player means a player with a better rank, like 1 or 2 or 3, right? They are winning against the higher seeded players. Higher seeded players means the ranks, the players who have the rank are lower in terms of, in terms of magnitude value, they have a high value, but their rank is lower, right? So they are on the bottom side of the table. Okay, so what we are supposed to find out is the seed number of the player who is playing against 13th seeded player in the third round. Now we have just seen in round 1 64 players will be playing, and in round 2 32 players will be playing, and in round 3 there will be total 16 players who will be playing the match. And we have also seen that to find out the seed number of players who are playing against each other, the rules that you are supposed to follow is rule number 3, that is n+1 rule, right? The summation of the seed player who are playing against each other will be n+1. So if the question is asking me that in third round who will be playing against 13th seeded player, now you see that the sum should be equal to 1 plus 16. 1 plus 16 has to be 17. So who will be playing against 13, guys? Who will be playing against 13? If I need the sum to be 17, then against the 13th seeded player, in case of no upset, a seed number 4 will be playing. So 13 plus 4 should be 17, which is 1 plus than the number of players. So if you know this rule, you can straight away answer this question in a very short span of time, right? It will not even take 10 seconds, right? You can do it mentally. Okay. Question number 5. Let's read the question number 5, students. What do we have? What will be the seed number of the players playing against 7th seeded player in the second round in case of no upset? Again, very easy to solve. Round 1, we have 64 players. Okay. The number of players in round 2 will be 32. Now, you see that the sum of the seed number who are playing against each other should be equal to 1 plus 32, that is 33. So here we have a 7th seeded player. 7th seeded player plus something should be 33. So who should be playing against 7? Who should be playing against 7? It should be 26, right? So the seed number of the player who will be playing against 7th seeded player will be 26, and this is the answer of the question, right? So 5 question has been covered. Now we are left with one more concept that is a bit advanced level concept as compared to the one that we have been discussing till now. That is in case of upset. So what we have been discussing till now was in case of no upsets. Will it always be mentioned? Yes. Examiner will definitely mention whether a tournament, which round is having upset matches, which round is not having upset matches. Accordingly, you'll have to solve. So when you have these type of instruction given in the set, that their round 2 matches are these are the matches which result into an upset match. Upset match means a lower seeded player gets beaten by a higher seeded player, right? It's like suppose in tennis tournament, if we have Roger Federer at seed number 1, and seed number 1 player is getting beaten by, let's say, a 64th rank player or 64th seed player, that will result into a upset match. Now, what are the rules of upset match? How will we find out the likely opponents in the case of upset match? Those types will be covered in the next part of the video, in the video number 4. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll also give you a one complete set from the previous year CAT paper, which related to the knockout tournament, that will be discussed in the video number 5. But next we'll be learning, in the next part of the video, we'll be learning the concept of finding the seed players of the likely opponent in case of upset matches. Thank you so much for watching this video. And again, one last instruction, that I'm teaching live on Unacademy Plus, and if you're wishing to attend all of my live sessions on Unacademy Plus, LRDI Samir is my referral code, which you can use to attend all of my live sessions on Unacademy Plus for CAT and other MBA entrance exam, and you'll also get 10% off on Unacademy Plus. Target CAT 2020 by Samir is my Telegram group, which you can join to get more updates and to get the links of all of my videos that I'll be uploading on YouTube, and the special classes that I'll be taking on Unacademy, which are free. Special classes on Unacademy are completely free. Anybody can attend it, right? So Target CAT 2020 by Samir is my Telegram group, which you can join. It's a public group. Thank you. See you then in the next